Welcome back everyone to BeamNG.drive. Today we are on the Dangerous Roads map here and we are going to try to complete, let me show you, this route, the dirt road. So we are obviously currently there. We're going to have to get ourselves over to here. This is a stupid path. It's been a pain in the butt ever since we've been trying it. We tried it in a few different vehicles so far, being first just regular off-road version of the what's it called again, the thing, where is it, the sunburst. We've tried it in a couple different variants of the hopper, and we even went out of our way and tried it in the off-road version of the pigeon, just in the off chance that its size, being mostly its width, would help us out a little bit here. We didn't try and, like, say the hopper rock racer vehicle or crawler, which I imagine would probably be easy mode. We want to see what the bare minimum is to get across this map. This time around, I'll go away with the blue map checkpoint route thing that I always leave up as annoying. This time around, let's do 4-wheel drive. 4 high, sure, why not, whatever. We're gonna give the beast a try. Well, that's a great start. What an idiot. What kind of idiot drives like 6 feet and then crashes into a rock off the road and breaks things? Like, come on. Nobody saw that. That didn't happen. Ignore it, please. It's probably because, you know, steering is hard when you have your diff locks on. Yeah, that didn't happen. So this vehicle, we're going to give her a go. We're going to see if we can do some stuff. And, that's horn. I was thinking it was headlights. Beep, beep. Excuse me. We're going to see what we can do. Yeah, I think the width of this thing is going to be a problem. I think that it's going to get to a point here where we just end up driving off the side of the mountain because of it. But we do have a little bit more ground clearance. We do have, I don't know if the weight is a good thing or a bad thing. Probably a bad thing. But we do have a capable vehicle. It should be a durable vehicle. And one of you guys, oh my gosh, this thing feels huge here. We do have, yeah, like one of you guys suggested this vehicle, so we're giving it a go. Next up, we might do the Wydra. Somebody else suggested that one as well. I think the Wydra, honestly, you know, that's like that 6-wheeler. Our sidestep is hitting the rock. That's an issue. Put the front lock back on seemed to help, though. I think the Wydra is going to be the thing that does it. I think the Wydra will do it, because it's not that big. It's not that fast to get me in trouble. The weird thing is that its steering feels awkward because it traverses like a tank almost, I guess. And I don't think durability is going to be an issue on it either. But I've hardly driven that thing ever, just because why the heck would I ever need it unless I was doing something weird off-road? And why would I take that thing in most cases? Because it's way less fun, in my opinion. But I think it'll be the victor here. I don't think the beast is going to make it. I think it's going to be a good contender. I think it is going to be on par with the hopper, the last one we did, that we made it like 95% of the way through this thing before coming across a problem. But I think at the very least, this thing is going to encounter the same problem at the end, where we just, you know, the vehicle is simply too big to make it around that awkward, weird corner that's, ooh, we almost slid off to the right. It just, I don't know. It just didn't work. Bottomed it a little bit again. Not really a big deal. It's just those side steps. I mean, the side steps are just going to get in the way. It's fine. Wow. I need to be careful, though. Oh, I'm having a hard time maintaining my slow speed here going down this hill. You need to be careful, because I know I said this thing is tough, and it shouldn't be too big of an issue. Ooh, squeezing through there is tough. Oh no, don't roll it. Oh, don't bounce out the rocks. Oh, this is so scary. I can't even say what I was trying to say because I'm too busy freaking out about these things. But yeah, but if I keep slamming the front end off of rocks and twisting the wheels, putting weird pressure on those front wheels, I am going to probably eventually break my steering. So I need to be a little bit, use a little bit of common sense. But yeah, I don't think I need to worry too much. Let's not hook our front wheels on these rocks. I'm taking more momentum through this, I feel. Maybe I'm not sure, than I think I did with the other vehicles. I think I have more faith in this being strong. Or maybe I'm just not patient today. I don't know. Like, that doesn't help. That was probably my front wheel to hit that rock. Didn't sound like a crunch, so it was probably the front wheel. Not ideal. I don't want to start bending my steering either. That just, not only does it risk me immobilizing the vehicle or removing its usefulness, but, you know, I also don't want to bend it and make my life difficult. Then I've got to fight the steering the entire time to keep the thing on the road. And it's a pain in the butt. That just slows down my journey, which is not ideal either. Just me carrying this more momentum is probably not a good thing in most cases. As far as that damage goes, oh, crunch, crunch, slam, slam. I don't care if I bottom the thing out a little bit, as long as I don't get high-centered completely. And also, speaking of high-centered, we talked about, in the last video, whether or not using the winch is fair. Or, like, not using the winch, using the node grabber to get myself unstuck is fair. And it seems like the general consensus is that it makes sense to be able to use it as long as it's being used kind of like a winch would be. If we're using a winch in real life, you know, a winch is typically going to pull you just straight forwards or straight backwards, not, you know, up in the air and all that jazz. So as long as we try to only apply our pressure forwards and reverse, maybe a little bit to the side, but not up and down, then fair game. You know what? And I agree with that. That's a very good point. I didn't consider what a winch would do. I didn't consider how we could simulate a winch or anything like that. So thank you for that piece of information, or that opinion, whatever you want to call it. I like it. I like it. See, you guys are smarter than me. I mean, yeah, absolutely. I'm just some idiot sitting in his basement playing video games, talking to himself. You guys, oh, what am I doing here? See, look at, I'm stupid. I'm taking this corner really weird. I'm driving onto a rock, high centering myself, and now on the verge of rolling the truck. Okay, well that didn't work. Okay, don't roll down any farther though. Maybe I should turning off the diff lock. At least the front one might help. Maybe I can kind of, I was trying to kind of spin the vehicle a little bit, like drift around the corner. Why is this yes, rotate, rotate. Why is this so difficult for me? Like, I'm stupid. Turn off the other diff lock. As long as I don't slide off the mountain. At least I made it up higher this time. I think I was trying to turn too soon. Trying to be too aggressive, perhaps. I don't know. I'm turning both the diff locks back on, because I don't want to start sliding down this hilltop, or down the little cliff, and not have the grip to pull myself back up. You know, once you start going, it's so tough to recover that. And this road feels so skinny in this big truck. Oh yeah. Okay. Yep. Yep. These rocks, I'm going to bottom it out a little bit again. Surprisingly, didn't hear much for crunching. Avoid the wheel destroying rocks. This road only gets worse as we go. It got, like right now it's kind of windy. It's got these weird corners coming up. These, not really weird corners, but difficult corners. And then, do I want to turn the diff locks off? Let's try it. But we got to a point before where the road started doing other kinds of weird things and got a lot more rocky. And we had to be really careful of that. I'm hoping the rocks aren't going to be as big of an issue in this. We don't have a lot more ground clearance, but I think we have a little bit more. Especially now that those side steps have been slammed upwards. Now we won't bottom them out so much, because they're simply not in the way. If I was worried about it, I could have removed them, I guess, but one, I wasn't that worried about it. Two, that was mostly because, you know, I didn't consider that they existed. I didn't perceive that as a potential threat to our success. Okay, now things are getting a little bit muddy. This is where it gets more scary, because I'm going to be driving right on the edge, going around a lot of these rocks, and I'm going to be driving on a slick road that's on the edge of a mountainside, and some of the roads are kind of slanted down towards the death edge a little bit. So that's scary. I think we're nearing, I guess, the rockier section soon. I think, if I remember correctly. I don't know, it's been a little bit since we did this. Sorry I didn't memorize it all a week ago from, you know, making it this far 3 times. Forgive me. I think this section we had a really hard time at one point. We kept getting stuck on the rocks. So yeah, maybe this was the beginning of the rockier section. Okay, I thought we were going to bounce ourselves off there for a second. But look at that. We're not really getting hung up. We've crunched to the bottom of the vehicle a little bit. But no big deal. No harm done. As long as that drive shaft hangs in there, we don't puncture a fuel tank or something like that, then we'll be okay, which I don't think is a huge worry. I don't think that's realistically or a substantial worry. Not really. But yeah, we made it past that last part no problem, but I'm pretty sure that's where we had a hard time with multiple hoppers. So just that little bit more ground clearance definitely made a difference. Yeah, I'm more worried about falling off the edge than anything at the moment. That's our biggest threat. And these rocks could definitely upset my vehicle enough to do that. You start getting that weird bounce when you have a little bit too much momentum. And that weird bounce will throw you in weird directions. And the weirdest direction would be to the left a little bit. No thank you. Okay, gotta go up here. I think we can just crawl over these rocks. Whoa, be careful. Okay, I'm kind of surprised we didn't bottom out there, going over a rock, over the little crest of a hill. That must have been close. I'm trying to turn the camera sideways a bit, like this, just so I can see the rocks coming a little bit more. And also pitch it up a bit so I can see what's in front of me. But then I come into sections like this, where if I do that, my camera's going to be inside of a hill. So, it's a constant adjustment to make this easier. And anything to do it easier. Anything to make my life simple, I am happy to accept into said life. Don't back it up too far. Don't make a stupid mistake and drive yourself off a cliff. Wouldn't be the first time. But let's try to avoid it. Please. Thank you. Ooh, crunch. I think it was just the rear bumper slamming into something. That was a little bit of a hit. Not too bad, though. Okay. These rocks look kind of scary. Yeah, got ourselves a little bit of a bounce. Not too scary of a bounce, but a bounce nonetheless. Don't drive off the edge here again. I'm glad that the whole thing isn't muddy and slippery, but I think we had more of that coming up, didn't we? So maybe I shouldn't speak too soon. I'm going to go over this rock because going around it. This truck looks annoying and scary. Again, I'm most worried about the edge of this cliff. I'm more worried about that than I am about bottoming out on something and damaging my vehicle. And so far, getting high-centered, I'm going to jinx myself, hasn't been much of a concern. I don't think I've had to reverse because of a rock yet. Aside from going around those really sharp corners, but that doesn't count. And definitely the respawn we didn't talk about at the very beginning doesn't count either, right? Absolutely. Is that like a path I could take? No, that doesn't look like it goes anywhere. I don't think it does. Either way, we're not taking it. Just one, we want to take the road. We're not here to cheat. We're here to get our mission done. But this thing is feeling so far like our arguably first serious contender. It's been the first thing that doesn't feel completely out of its element. Again, it feels huge. And this mud scares me next to the side of this cliff. But, yeah, it's not struggling over every rock like the hopper was. And every other vehicle. And I'm not paranoid about breaking the steering like I have been about every other vehicle. With the exception of maybe the hopper. But I still think I still broke the steering at least once. Ooh. But that was a little closer to the edge than I wanted. The size, yeah, the size is both helpful and a detriment, but probably more a detriment. Uh-oh. Well, there goes my front left tire. I flattened it. I don't think that'll be a problem. Grip-wise, that's one less thing keeping us from sliding off the edge. But I think I think the biggest issue that might cause is just the front end being a little bit lower now. Maybe we'll catch on rocks more. And I'm not sure if those rocks there are bigger or if that's exactly the effect of which I was talking about. I think the rocks are just bigger. But I'm scared to find out how much it affects our traction. What? I'm gonna have to go to the left of this rock. It looks fairly large, doesn't it? I was kind of surprised we flattened that tire. I mean, not really surprised at the same time, but kind of surprised. I mean, I feel like we'd hit other rocks harder than that one, but maybe it's just a weird angle, or maybe that's just, you know, the game be like that sometimes too. I guess real life kind of be like that sometimes too. You hop a curb the wrong way, and well, just hit it at a weird angle, pinch the tire against the rim, and you know what? Tire gone. Well, we won't dwell on it too much. Oh, it'll weigh in my head, but I won't dwell on it out loud. How about that? Flat tires in this game aren't too bad, so whatever. I guess depending on the application, right? Depends on what you're trying to do with flat tires. Oh, that was a little bit of a high center, a little bit of a hung upness. Oh, I don't like how close this is to the edge. Okay. Man. Just, that's all I have to say. It's just yikes. Yikes. Oops. I don't know what it was we clipped that rock with. It didn't sound like it was the bumper. It sounded like it was the wheel. And that's a concern. I don't want to... Please don't jinx myself by talking about how I'm not worried about the steering anymore and then break the steering. Come on, beast. Be beastly. Be indestructible. Kind of wishing I had run flats at this point. Tires. But do run flats help you against punctures like this? Where you just, you know, flat out poke a massive rock into the tire weirdly? Or maybe, I don't know how the game handles it, but maybe I just broke a rim or something. And, you know, obviously your tire is not going to hold a whole lot of air pressure when your rim has a hole in it. I don't know. But would a run flat help you in a situation like this? I don't know. What's their limitations? Or are they just made for like, oh, I drove over a nail. Here's a little hole. I don't know. I learned about run flats in movies, and you know how realistic movies can sometimes not be at all. I had a lot of speed there. That was kind of brave. Alright, gotta make it around this corner. Still all the diff locks on, which doesn't help. But whatever. I'm not stopping to disable them when I can just do a quick turn. I just mangled that door there, didn't I? Whoops. That's fine. If we lose a passenger that doesn't exist, then nothing will have changed. That's great. Alright, let's... Yeah, I can't see what's coming up. I feel like I've been concentrating so hard, staring so hard, that my eyes are just... They feel dry. Whoa! I wasn't paying attention because I was busy rubbing my eyes. I thought my vehicle was stationary. It's just looking so hard at everything. Probably forgetting to blink, to be completely honest. My eyes bothered me. Good thing we weren't in a very unforgiving spot there, or that would have been game over. That would have been the stupidest failure ever. We're actually getting fairly far into this, I feel. Maybe in a minute we'll do a check to see where we are on the map. I haven't recognized any of these landmarks from our last attempt in one of the hoppers. But I have a feeling things are about to get a lot rockier too. Okay, where are we? We need to make it to here. We came from over here. I would say that we're like 2/3 of, oh my gosh, this again. I would say that we're like 2/3 of the way there. Which is not too bad. I feel like we're making okay time, all things considered. but I'm getting more and more worried about that area I fell off last time with the hopper coming up here, because it was really tricky. And I'm trying to decide what I should do when I get to that area. If you saw the last video, then you probably know what I'm... What? Front left tire burst. What? Was it just a puncture before and now it's completely destroyed? I didn't realize there was a difference. I didn't realize there's two different... Is there two different states that your tire can be in? Like, it's punctured and... or it's burst. So maybe it's flatter than it was before. Okay. I'm guessing that's what's going on. Did it just say puncture the first time and this time it said burst? It said burst this time for sure, but I mean... I don't know. That's not ideal. But anyway, yeah, I don't know what I should do when I get to that bad spot, because last time I tried to just gun it. Because it's a skinny road that's got a bit of a slant. That also has rocks on the right side. So the only way to get by it is to either gun it, which I tried to do, and use... And it's right before I turn too. Right, to try to use my momentum to kind of keep myself up top. Or go slow, go over the rocks, which the hopper was not going to do, and hope that you don't start sliding down the mountainside, because you probably won't be able to stop yourself. Maybe it's a good thing my right side is still in one piece of this truck. That right front tire, and it's only the front left that went flat, because maybe I can get over top of those rocks a little easier. That being said, I'll probably flatten that tire now in about 3 seconds, but... that hurt a little bit. Yeah, like I think gunning it again is the wrong move. I should probably try something different, but I'm really not convinced that I'm going to be able to make it past there. I know I talked about that right at the beginning of our attempt here too. Like I'm not... Oh, I can't see past these trees very well. I'm not convinced that I'm going to get there. I'm not... I was pretty confident, reasonably confident, this truck would make it to that spot, but I'm not confident it's going to make it past it. I'll let you know when I get there. If you haven't seen the last video, you don't know what I'm talking about one way or another. That's a lot of rocks right on this left edge. As long as I don't hit them hard, we should be okay. I don't want to get hooked on them weird. Okay. This is a little bit skinny here too. These rocks on the right are a problem. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, this is where we might come into the node grabbing thing. Maybe trying to go over those rocks was a bad idea. We're gonna say we're gonna winch. I don't know if we need to worry about where we're gonna winch to, but we're gonna pretend we're winching to that tree and just kind of yank ourselves back over a little bit. Because I think if I try to just mess with this with the throttle, we're going to end up, you know, yanking ourselves, or just rotating ourselves off of that cliffside. Ooh. Oh. Okay. What's going on with the front end? Like, there's no room. How am I going to get this big truck around? I'd have to make the corner, take the corner wide, but I can't because there's rocks back there. Those rocks are just a little bit too big that the bumper wants to catch on it. Kind of hoping... Oh, it's so scary. Okay, good. I was hoping that the vehicle would be able to get itself over like that, and it did. Alright, that was the first kind of close call. The first precarious, legitimately precarious situation. And I think it's only going to get worse now. Now the vehicle is starting to feel large. It's real. I mean, like, it already felt large, but now it's really starting to feel large. We need to keep our head on a swivel here. Keep our wits about us. We could throw this away so quickly. So quickly. My brain is in deep thought. I don't have the brain power to talk to you and be in deep thought at the same time. Oh boy. I'm not gonna bottom out on this little rock that my front tire is about to go over. But I feel like I've got to start turning. If you could see my face right now, you would have saw me cringing as I just scraped along the top of that rock. It's the same kind of face I make on the road if I think I'm going to hit something, like a piece of debris on the road or whatever, or a pothole. I'm just kind of bracing myself for the impact and for the potential price tag that comes with it. This looks concerning. This is a lot of rocks. We're getting real rocky now. Holy. This is where we break something, isn't it? Ugh. I'm trying not to be crazy here, but at the same time, I mean, like, I'm trying to be reasonable, absolutely. But I also need to use some power to get over these rocks. And sometimes I end up having to gun it a bit and build up more speed quicker than I expected. Okay, I must be high-centered or something here. My front tire's locked in to something. Oh, I need to be careful with this cliffside. Just trying to take a very slightly different line with the front. It looks like it worked. Wanted to kind of go around the rocks a little bit differently. Careful with the cliffside. Try to steer a little bit wider. I don't want to go any closer to that edge than I have to. I'm so scared about that. Come on now. This would be so painful to take your real vehicle through here. Any vehicle you gave a crap about, I mean, you wouldn't do it because that'd be stupid, but every time it bottomed out, every time you hit a rock, every time you locked a front end in between a couple rocks, whatever, every time you know, smash your door off of a tree, or was it a rock? I can't remember. Whatever I hit. Was it going around the tight corner with the tree on my left? It might have been. I don't remember. Yeah, you'd put a scuff or put a dent into the body of the vehicle, you'd be quite upset with yourself if you gave a crap about the vehicle. Actually, when I had my own pickup, it was an almost brand new pickup at this point. A year old. Maybe a year and a half from being brand new. I was loading some junk into the back of the vehicle to take to the dump. One of those items happened to be a door. You know, like a wooden door we ripped out of the house not long ago and replaced with the modern equivalent. It still had the hinges on the door. And the box of the truck wasn't long enough to fit the entire door in there, so I had the tailgate closed and slid the door over top of the tailgate and completely forgot that it had hinges still on it that were hanging down, and just slammed it into the nice side of the tailgate and put a big dent in it just a few inches away from the reverse camera. Like, god dang it. That one keeps me up at night still. I mean, I don't have that truck anymore because it's stupid expensive and the economy sucks and mortgage prices are stupid and all that jazz, but it made me a little bit sad because at that point in time, I planned on keeping that truck until the day it died. Yeah, but oh well, can't keep it in perfect shape forever, I guess. Some people would argue that it's a truck, it's made to work, it's not supposed to be nice, it's, you know, it's a work vehicle or something of the sort. Oh, I need to be careful here, but you know what, it was my vehicle, I tried to take care of it. Yes, it's a vehicle meant to do work, but you know what, the way trucks are made these days too, they're almost more about luxury than work too, so we're definitely a combination of the two. Point is, it made me sad. So to have a big dent like this, like I have on the door here, at least that would be worth going through insurance for. For me, for my little dent, not so much. And in the end, it didn't end up, you know, taking away any notable value. So whatever. I'm kind of getting stuck here. I'm kind of getting closer to the edge. I'm trying to go forwards and I keep rolling backwards. I think I'm going to take that hint and back it up a little bit until I get myself into a nice spot. Should I try to go wide to the, like, far to the right, or is this going to be a bigger issue? Why does this kind of look like the area where I had a problem? It looks very similar, but just the rocks are in a different place. Where are we on the map? Like this is about the location, but I don't think this is... Oh my gosh. The waypoint again, I always forget to take it away. Yeah, like if these rocks weren't here and they were over here instead, I feel like this would be it. Unless maybe it is it. I don't know. Maybe he just copied and pasted the terrain from one corner to another. And now we just have two very similar corners and threw some rocks in a different place when he made the map. I don't know. My front left tire burst again, it's telling me. Okay, I'm going to just ignore that and assume that it's just freaking out about some trauma. That it... I don't know. Okay. Yep, that's scary. Can I might have to employ winch tactics. There's nothing here to winch into, but what we're going to assume we can get a winch around a rock or anchored into the ground and just do this. I'm going to try to back up a little bit. Oh, I don't like that tilt. Can I go forward now? We might be about to lose this thing over the edge if we're not careful. Trying... Speed or power was not the solution. Okay. I need to not lift it up because it's kind of cheaty. But the reason I lifted it up out of habit was just because I know that left rear wheel is going to catch. I also don't know how much force it can take when I pull it that way. Like, how much can I yank on that wheel before I break something? So I can see the wheel kind of flexing a bit. Concentrating. Okay. I'm going to say we pull that pretty much horizontal. To the best of our abilities, anyway. How am I going to... This is scary. Don't mind me not talking. This is ultimate concentration. I don't even completely understand what we're stuck on. Like, if I go forward now, is this back tire just gonna yank the rest of the vehicle down here? Did we get by this in the hopper? This seems like an extreme difficulty. I don't remember how we did this, or if we did this, or if this is where we fell off. I don't know. Oh, I'm so nervous. Guys, I'm scared. Can we winch ourselves over a little bit so we can get our back end closer to like the edge of that rock? Try to go horizontally, dragging the thing. If we really wanted to simulate the winch, we could be, because it tells us how much force we're pulling with, right? We could be like, oh, well, the winch can only pull with this much force, so if the winch could do 1,000 pounds, or I don't know, just throwing a number out there, of force, or kilograms, or newtons, whatever we're going with, then if we're doing 10 times that, that's a little bit unrealistic, but whatever. I don't think we need to add more simulatorness to the game. Oh, come on, we're almost there. We're a little bit high-centered, or I think, possibly. Okay, we started to slide. That was scary. Trying to give it just a little bit of power. I want to see what the vehicle does. Okay. Holy crap. Holy crap. That was insane. That was nerve-wracking as can be. The front of the truck seems to have seen better days, slightly. That's fine. Yep, crunch. We're gonna lose that bumper. I think the bumper is kind of getting us stuck on stuff. I think that's part of our problem. kind of want that to fall off completely as long as we don't get stuck on it. And I think our flat tire is not helping either. It's making that corner of the front end of the truck sit so low. That's probably why the bumper's hanging off, because it keeps getting caught on things because the front corner is so low. Is this the tricky corner coming up? This might be it. From what I'm seeing at a distance here, if it is, I don't think it is. No, it's not. No, it's not. I was going to say, it looks like we could just go over the rock on the right side, but yeah, this isn't it. Unless that was it back there, but I don't feel like it was. But at the same time, oh man, this looks impossible too. Maybe, I don't know. I'm trying to just squeeze by this thing. Straighten the wheels out a little bit. Okay, sorry, I'm not talking again. This is this is legitimately nerve-wracking. The pressure is on me. I do not want to have to start over or wonder what if. What if I didn't make that mistake? Would I have made it? I want to know the answer. Is this might have been where I fell off. That doesn't look too bad. Like, why did I have such an issue with it? Maybe this vehicle has more ground clearance than I'm giving it credit for. Because to me, this first corner right here, around this rock, looks like more of a difficulty than this. This I think I can just roll over with my right side of the vehicle. Maybe it's not the corner again. That might not be. I don't know. Maybe it's like up here or something. But I'm worried about getting by this rock. Because like, look at this is not a lot of road to get this big truck around. I think I'm actually gonna. It's not gonna help me too much. Back up a touch, just so I can take. Go away, mouse. So I can just take this corner a little bit wider. Get my front end as close to the edge as I dare. Can I just ride over this? Do I have just enough ground clearance? It looks like it. Cool. You know, it might be a good thing the flat tire is on the front left. I'm thinking if it was on the front right, I wouldn't be able to go over these rocks right now like this, and I'd be quite screwed. I don't like where I am. It's so dark over here too. I can't see. I think that bumper, I'm trying to tell, but I can't see, like I said, is catching on stuff, causing me these issues. It's like it doesn't, I don't see anywhere else that we're stuck on something, but I heard a crunch and I felt this momentum stop. I'm going to try to go straight so I don't slide off the edge. Oh, I don't like that. Might need to implement some winch action again. Dragging largely horizontally. Okay. Maybe a little bit more to help with the rotation. I think that'll be okay. This rock is substantial. I'm going to try to turn and clip it, but not like hit it. That was already not as sharp as I anticipated. I might need to employ some more winch action here in a second. Uh-oh. Okay, winch action. Help. This vehicle's just so large. Okay, the tire. Am I sliding? The tire just hits that rock there is the problem. And then as soon as I stop applying pressure, it wanted to shoot back there again. I'm just trying to slowly release it. That's not really helping. I'm just sliding back down a little bit. You're just turning the wheels, wiggling the truck a bit. If I give her, I don't know if that front wheel is going to roll around nicely over top of the rock, or if the vehicle's going to want to pivot and make the back end kick out towards the camera a little bit more. I'm trying to be so gentle because I want to see what's going to happen before it happens, you know? Does that kind of make sense? Okay, we're gonna implement some more winching action because I'm not feeling comfortable. Absolutely not. Okay. Now I feel a little bit better. Hold on, I gotta put the parking brake on. I gotta stop and itch my eyes that I haven't blinked or moisturized by blinking in the last however long this has been going on for. Okay. Let's go. Alright, okay. Yep. Everything's fine. I hope that front bumper doesn't get lower and or even catch on things up here. I feel like if I keep catching on stuff, it's going to end up like dragging on the ground. I'm not going to be able to get over any rocks whatsoever until it's gone. And I'm going to be stuck using my quote-unquote winch to pull it off completely. Kind of concerned about how close I am to the edge again. The size of this truck, yeah, it's such a big problem in this area. The road isn't really any skinnier, but the rocks themselves just take up all the real estate that's actually here, so the road becomes worse off. Okay, ground clearance is now an issue. I'm high-centered. Do I kind of remember this being an issue before in the hopper? What did I do? I think I might need to take a tighter line than this. Now I know that. I might need to winch myself off of this. Did I have to winch myself off of here before? I think I might have. We're gonna do it. I'm just gonna grab the hitch because I feel like everything else is just gonna get ripped off. Straighten the wheels out, perhaps. This is I'm pulling with almost 2,000 kilograms of force here. Like, how much force can the tires take if they're hooked on something? I honestly don't know. Trying to kind of rotate the vehicle a little bit on this rock without shooting myself off the edge of the cliff. Whoa! Like I almost did there. Okay, there we go. There we go. Back up a tiny bit more. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, yeah, that bumper is not going to be helpful. Let's see if I can get myself in a little bit more so I don't get high-centered as much. That side step was still in its original configuration. It would have been crunched there again. I think we need to hug the inside around this bit of a rock that sticks up. Oh man, this is tricky. Ugh. Eee. I don't like giving her like that, because if I get traction suddenly, who knows where the vehicle's going to shoot itself to. I'm worried it's going to start sliding to the left. I think it is. Like, the more I wiggle it around, the more it goes places. Oh, I need to be careful here. This is precarious. Holy, I didn't realize how precarious this was. Got the rear tire up on that rock, got the truck tipped forward. If I can get the front wheels out of a rut, whatever they're stuck on, I think it's the front bumper again. That front left tire is causing me so many problems. Maybe I'm a little bit high-centered under there. I don't think so. I think that's like really close, maybe touching, but I don't think it's really the problem. And I think if that tire wasn't flat, that also, again, we'd have more ground clearance, and again, that wouldn't be a problem. Do I try to winch the front of the truck over, I think, is maybe the best option. As long as the back end doesn't kick out, that's a worry. What do I grab onto on the front? The bumper that's barely hanging on? Normally I'd grab the bumper, but I'm going to rip it off. I don't want to rip it off. Like I do, but I don't, because I feel like it's going to be more issues we're risking having. Okay, that wasn't terrible. I need to try to not go up, though. I am kind of doing a bit of an up angle, but it's really kind of like the angle of the road. Okay, I think that's what we wanted. Again, gotta stop and itch the eyes. Oh, they're getting worse. Anyone has some Visine they can just pass me over? Oh. I'm gonna be able to see after this. Whoa, that was not what I expected to happen here. Front of the truck just slid back down the rock again. Let's see if we can get that winch action going again. I'm worried I'm going to break the steering pulling the front tire at this angle. I'm trying to kind of move it and then let the vehicle slowly, gradually pull itself this direction, just so that it's not all suddenly here's a crap ton of force. Like again, I've got 2,000 kilograms of force yanking on this thing at times. I'm also kind of worried that when I, like, look at that flex. Something's flexing. It might just be the rubber tire, but still. I'm also worried that when I let go of the pressure, the vehicle's going to, like, slingshot itself back over that way. Okay, this is a tricky one, isn't it? Holy. Okay. What do? I feel like if I try to back up, I've got to go over this rock. Am I getting hung up on the back bumper? I think I am. That's not helpful. Do I just try to winch myself forward? I'd kind of avoided that before, just like throughout this video, because I didn't want to feel cheaty that way. But maybe that's our best bet. Like, realistically, if you were winching your real vehicle in real life, what would you do? Whoops, whoops, whoops. I tried to go forward at the same time I was holding control to use the node grabber here, and it opened the configuration screen. As long as you don't accidentally reset the vehicle or repair it, then we're okay. Yeah. Okay, this is gonna be a problem. Like, we're so hung up. Everything we do is not helping our situation. Okay. What can I do? What can I do? Guys, this is a problem. Holy crap. I don't like that. Front end, yank it up now. I'm gonna have a heart attack. Let's watch that rear end doesn't decide to pivot out. I think we're okay. I don't really want to exceed 2,000 kilograms of force. But I've done that a few times. I've gotten to 2,000 a few times. And I know it's okay. But I don't know how much farther I can go. Like, is 2,000 nothing? Is 2,000 a crap ton already? Honestly, don't know. Okay. Yes, front left tire burst. I get it. I like that the truck's kind of pulling itself to the right. Yes! Okay. I like that it's pulling itself to the right as opposed to the left that time. I felt way better about that. Tells me it was getting a little bit of grip in just the right way. Okay, these rocks, hopefully not an issue. There's a hole back there I need to watch out for, though. It'll be tricky to get out of that one. Turn the corner. I'm going to slam into the cliff face here. Reverse it a bit. Crank it to left again. Carefully go forward. Yikes. Straighten it out. Keep as far to the right as I can. Back tire is precariously there. I think I can have the vehicle pull itself back up under its own power. I hope. Oh my gosh. Alright. Okay. Holy. This is so precarious, guys. This is ridiculous. At least we don't have World of Tanks physics, so all these rocks would just be, you know, slippery soap rocks. You touch them and your whole vehicle would go, nah, I'm not even going to try. You simply can't even touch the controls now. For those of you that'll play World of Tanks and touched a rock with your vehicle, you will know what I'm talking about. For the rest of you, just know that you touch a rock in World of Tanks, you can't even control your vehicle. It won't even let you try to spin the tracks. You just slide like you're on ice, and that's it. Good luck. Ice when your driver doesn't even want to touch the steering. He's like, nah. I can't touch the controls because I'm on ice. I'm not qualified for driving on ice. You're like, what? Okay. Let's just not fix that bug that's 12 years old. Thanks, Wargaming. Alright, let's drag this thing over again. Because I'm hung up on that rock. I'm high-centered. Find that corner of the bumper again. Don't grab the wheel by accident because I don't need to get another flat. I think that'll be okay. Maybe it won't be. Not really. Yank the front end over a little bit more. Dang, we're just a little bit stuck. Maybe I need to yank the front end and the back end over. This last bit of this course, we're having a hard time with these rocks, aren't we? Not really making a lot of progress here. What if I back up, the wheels turn the other direction? Can I kind of shimmy myself off of it? I don't care if I wreck the body panels on the thing. Like, that's perfectly fine. Okay, that's not bad. Ugh. Don't get pushed off the freaking edge by these stupid rocks. Am I close yet, or have I just been messing around with the same two corners this entire time? Because I feel like we've got to be close, right? We've got to be. Are we? Maybe we are past that difficult corner. Maybe it was it back here somewhere, wherever it was. Oh my gosh. Waypoints, go away. Maybe they shouldn't bother me, but they do bother me. I need to be careful, there's a hole in front of me. And I'm kind of taking this at a weird angle. I should have stopped and taken this wider. Oh my gosh. I don't like when the truck is stopped and kind of just the wiggling of it stopping. You know, that little bit of momentum it has where it does the teetering like it is there. I don't like when it does that, and that helps it slide down the hillside a little bit. That just makes my heart drop. Oh. I'll be so heartbroken, legitimately heartbroken if we fail now. I feel like I want to try this in the Wydra after, regardless of what the outcome is here. But man, I don't know if I have the faint of heart, whatever the terminology is, to try that again after the Wydra, if one of these two runs are successful. To be like being completely honest, this is so tricky. I'm sliding in a weird way here. My front end keeps shifting down. I don't know if it's just because that rock or if it's the muddy hillside, but I'm always so worried that I won't be able to stop it. Concentrating. Okay, I wanted to take that rock a little bit. I wanted to hook it with my right side of my vehicle a bit. Oh, don't roll it either. That would be bad. That would... that would be disastrous. Stop, please. I need to winch. This is... Can you imagine if I said I wasn't allowed to no grab? Like, I wouldn't have made it anywhere near here. I'm curious to see if the Wydra will allow us to get to this point easier. Like, ground clearance should be an issue because the entire bottom of the thing is basically wheels. Well, except for the middle, but... So yeah, being 8 wheels? 6 or 8? Like, if those vehicles aren't made for this kind of... No! 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 Oh, man. I want to cry. I just want to cry. Oh, no. I knew we were on the edge there. I knew we were in a sketchy spot, but I didn't expect it to go when it went. Okay, let's... Where were we? Where's the road? There it is. So we fell off, what, like right here? Whoops. So yeah, it's... Oh, we shouldn't have fell off there. Man. That's annoying. And look at how close we were. We would have got past that. Had a bit of a tricky time on this corner. That would have been difficult too. We would have been bottoming out again. Go around here. This must be where the hopper made it to. Right here. This has to be it. So the hopper still made it farther than this thing. This thing, the beast was so much nicer until it got far into this rocky section, and then it just took so long to do everything. We only had that corner that we showed you there. One more rocky section that we haven't made it to yet, which I don't think would be a huge problem. These rocks are kind of big, but I don't think we would have... I don't think that would have been the end of it. A little bit of a corner with some rocks. Nothing unusual, I guess. I don't think that would be a problem. And then up and to the top of this hill. Oh gosh, into the blindingly bright sun. Blindingly bright. And we would have been there. This is it. Well, I feel slightly better knowing that we weren't past where the hopper made it, I guess. Because it's not like we lost our new record. With the hopper still made it farther. The hopper is still arguably better, I think. Like, there's pros and cons between the two vehicles. I thought we were going to get there with this vehicle. I did. I thought we were past where the hopper got stuck too, but we apparently weren't. Like, that sucks. Darn. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Next time we're going to try the Hydra or the Wydra. If you have any other suggestions of what you want to see, please let me know. I don't know. Like, All right. Goodbye.